Hey everybody, welcome to Cult Fiction. We're talking about Red One this week. This is our Christmas episode. Red One, the Christmas movie that came out on Amazon starring The Rock and Chris Evans, which apparently, I guess, it tanked in theaters. Is that right? It didn't do very well.
No, it had The Rock had two back-to-back, the biggest openings in 1 month
Did he? Because
ever.
I saw something that said it didn't do very well, but it did all right, right?
It did
I
all
mean,
right. I think it's just the budget was so big.
the
Right.
budget,
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah, because it was like the biggest Christmas budget in history of movies, I think.
Right. Yeah, it
Yeah.
was
Wh-
super
What
expensive.
was the budget for the steroids?
Well,
What's the steroid budget?
The
We're not going to
surprised
steroid,
me.
give any spoiler warnings, by the way. This is just
the
going to
Right.
be
steroid
wall-to-wall
budget on
spoilers.
Roadhouse was still bigger.
Yeah, definitely. So if you haven't seen the movie yet, you should watch it first before you watch this, because we're gonna spoil out of the gate. Because fucking Krampus. I just want to say Krampus before we even start. Krampus.
Yeah.
But we've got working man Gus with us this week. He's missed a couple of episodes because he's been working, so we're gonna make him start. Red One, Gus, go.
All right, red one. I don't know. When I had to turn it off when it first started because it sucked. 'Cause it just sucked. And I'm like, fuck, man, this is awful. Right? So anyway, I'm gonna get into it. But then because of Eric's giant thumbs down and I didn't want to disappoint Jubal, I was like, okay, I'm gonna force myself to watch this. I'm gonna get in a better mood and I'm gonna see what happens. Okay, so here we go. So, red one. We got Chris Evans, who's like He-Man in the DC movies. We got The Rock, who's doing all of the fucking steroids, every single one of them, even ones that haven't been invented yet. Right? We got J.K. Simmons, who, like, every time I see this guy, I think he's gonna rape somebody from his.
Also doing steroids.
Also doing all the PIDs ever, right? Like no one on this movie, no one on this movie was fucking natural. Period. Right? You got the witch, who is like they borrowed Veruca Salt for one person. They borrowed the Thor's sister for the other person, and then she has the life sucking machine from Princess Bride. She borrowed it from the Six Fingers Man. It's like, man, not a lot of originality here. Anyway, and then Shield
I kind of
runs.
see that. I see where he's going a little bit, kind of.
Shield runs. Agents of Shield run Santa's security, and
That's yeah,
turned hell into a rave.
right.
You're missing a key element of The Rock's character having Ant-Man's technology and being able to shrink and grow.
That's another
fast.
Marvel tie-in,
Yeah.
right?
Solid.
Yeah.
Ant-Man, definitely. Except it's not Ant-Man, it's like Dog Man.
It's like
Yeah,
Elf Man.
it's
I
like
think he
dwarf
like turns into the size of an elf.
technology.
And then
Dwarf Man.
yeah, but they also borrowed the Ant-Man. The Ant-Man was a scumbag, right? Like Ant-Man was a scumbag. He was a thief or some shit, right?
Well, I guess
He wasn't
He was a thief, but
He was a thief, but
he
I
was
don't
a
think
thief
was
with the heart of
scumbag.
gold.
Yeah, he wasn't a scumbag.
I don't know. Most thieves are scumbags, though.
Yeah. So I don't know. But once I got into it, Krampus warmed my heart. I ain't gonna lie. And I'll give it a nice. It's a B. It's a one and done. It was okay.
All right.
I want.
All right, all right, all right. A B. I'll take a B. Alex, I know that you saw this movie, Red One. What was your take on it?
I mean, I think basically this movie is like, somebody had the idea to make a movie out of the night the reindeer died from Scrooge, and not a bad idea, honestly. I mean, ultimately, I kind of agree with Gus that it's a one and done. This is not going to be something I watch every year.
No, no.
Yeah, but I mean, I did watch it and it was enjoyable. It was, I mean, J.K. Simmons is great in anything, and I think he is, for this particular movie, he was the perfect Santa Claus. And, I kind of agree with Gus if Krampus, if they had not taken that segue to Krampus territory, I'd probably like it a lot less. But I really did like that whole sort of, side quest to the main quest that they had, And, but I mean, at the end of the day, The Rock is, just playing The Rock, and that's fine. I kind of thought that he wasn't bad, and he didn't make the movie worse or anything. But I was kind of wondering what it would have been like if it had been like instead of The Rock, you had somebody playing like a straight agent, like, uh, like Tommy Lee Jones and Men in Black, somebody
Right,
was like
right, right,
just
right.
like just complete, all business agent. Just I think the movie probably would have been a little bit better, but obviously would have lacked the kind of star power The Rock brings.
Right, right.
So
The Rock was kind of like that. Like he was fairly straight,
yeah, but he
you
can't
know?
pull it off.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
still The Rock, ultimately. And but it's like it had some pretty good laughs, and the opening dragged a little bit, but I really did like J.K. Simmons and the whole paramilitary outfit Santa Claus thing. That was pretty cool. And ultimately, like I said, it's a one and done. The villain is pretty forgettable as far as things go, and it's just kind of like, whatever. But I mean, you could certainly do far worse for a Christmas movie. Ultimately, I'm going to say, entertaining while you watch it. Pretty forgettable once it's over.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Bueller, what did you think of it?
All right. So let's take you back to when this thing started filming, which was October of 2022. We actually talked about this movie last year on our Christmas episode. I don't know if you guys remember that.
I remember. Yep,
That's
yep.
how long this movie was in reshoot or whatever hell it was in before it finally came out this year for people to enjoy. And I went into it with zero expectations. Because I didn't really pay attention to trailers or anything like that, and I didn't look anything up. I mean, it's a rock movie. It's got Chris Evans. It's got J.K. Simmons. Hey, good times. Um, but still, I didn't have high hopes. I didn't have low hopes. I had zero expectations, and I enjoyed watching it. But I also agreed that I probably won't flip it on next Christmas to watch again. It's probably not going to happen. But it was fun for going in without any expectations. I was like, yeah, this is cool. This is cool. Whatever. Chris Evans is funny, dude. Like, he was a great Captain America. Loved him as Captain America, but I just forget how funny that guy is.
He is
He's
funny.
he's super funny, man. He
He's
was
got
good.
chops, man.
He
In
does. He
Knives
was
Out,
fun.
he was
Knives Out
funny.
was so good. And the Gray Man, when he's the bad guy in the
Yeah,
Gray Man,
dude, Gray Man was the best villain of all time. One of the
yeah,
best villains of all
he's
time.
so much fun, man. And he played off The Rock really well, and I thoroughly enjoyed his character. The Rock was The Rock. Um, everybody was everybody. J.K. Simmons is just J.K. Simmons, and you can watch him read. He could read the back of a bottle of maple syrup. You know what I mean? Like, he's just fun, dude. It was a cool flick. It was a cool story. I like that they incorporated Krampus and Greil or whatever her name was, and other storylines about Christmas that aren't always seen, so to
Mhm,
speak.
mhm.
Um, I feel like Alex has said this plenty of times on this podcast. The third act was an absolute mess,
Yeah.
which made me understand why it took so long to get this movie out. They didn't know where they were going to end it. And I think a big issue with this was how much they sold Chris Evans having this magical ability to be able to find anybody, anywhere, anytime. And then they never really
Right. And
expounded
so
on that.
he expended his magic in the first like 10 minutes of the movie. It's like, so now
Yeah.
why are you even here, right?
Yep.
They
You're
needed
waiting
another
for,
tie-in.
you're literally waiting for a tie until the end of the movie and it never comes. And that's kind
Right.
of a bummer. But it didn't kill the movie for me. There was some choppy CGI in it that kind of like took me out of the moment. Not the whole time, but there were some scenes that was like, oh, this was probably when they were running out of the budget and
Right.
had to fix the scene. Whatever. It is what it is. All in all, it was fine. I didn't hate it. The question I have to ask about it, because they brought in Krampus and I can't remember her name, Greel, whatever her name was.
Is
What
it
other characters?
Brendel?
Don't say the name.
Oh yeah,
Griselda?
what I think, and now she knows where I'm at. Um, if there's any other characters you guys can think of that have been brought into Christmas movies that aren't Santa centric, because so many Christmas movies are Santa centric. We
Hmm.
got Krampus in this and Greel, whatever. For me, my one of my favorite Christmas movies, we talked about this last year, is Rise of the Guardians. I love that movie, and they focus on Jack Frost a lot, and he's a pivotal part.
Yeah. You know what? You mentioned that actually in the last Christmas episode, and I said I was going to watch it. I never did. I should totally check that
I
out.
think it's a great movie, man. It's got a solid cast too, and they bring in all kinds of elements. They bring in Jack Frost, they bring in the Tooth Fairy, they bring in the Sandman, of course, Santa Claus. But they focus a lot on Jack Frost, and he's somebody who doesn't get a lot of airplay around Christmas time,
Mm,
and I liked seeing his story in Rise of the Guardians, just
mm.
like you guys. And I also enjoyed seeing Krampus in this one. So just throwing that out to the group, and that's, I mean, I've said enough.
Fair enough. All right, Eric, let's get your take on it. Yeah.
I mean, I enjoyed it. Yeah, I think like you guys, it's not maybe going to be something I watch every year. Um, it was fun though. I like that kind of world building type of movie where they kind of they spend some time showing how things that happen in our day-to-day life are, it's like Wreck-It Ralph. I think we talked about it like Wreck-It Ralph.
Right.
I think that's kind of fun to see how they do those kind of world building things. So from that aspect, I enjoyed it. Wasn't the greatest thing ever. Certainly wasn't bad. No, I think I was good, but don't really have too many opinions on it. Unless somebody says something, nothing strikes me as like, oh yeah, we have to cover that, but I could be wrong.
Well, okay, so I thought nobody's really mentioned it. I thought it was interesting that they tied it into like the mythological bureau.
Yeah.
Remember with like the headless horseman, the
Mhm.
pumpkin,
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Almost like
I
Cabin in the
wanted them to
Woods.
kind of expand on that a little
Yeah,
bit.
exactly. But see that ties into the world building thing where I'm like this. So if
Yeah,
this is
that's
like the
true.
mythological, defense force or whatever it is
Yeah.
that they're part of, it's that kind of does open the door to other holiday stories
Mhm.
that could be kind of fun. So I know you guys are all saying this is a one and done, and maybe it is, but maybe they could somehow keep the mythological defense force idea. It a lot of the world building stuff obviously has come in the wake of the Marvel movies because Marvel did it so well. You had like the Universal Monsters was like this supposed to be like a world building project and it never really came to fruition. A lot of titles and a lot of properties are trying to do it, but it's hard to do it right. But I
Mhm.
feel like this was a good first. I think I
And I
probably liked
remember,
it more than you guys
I
did.
initially thought that, when they introduced the whole mythological force, it was going to be like the Easter Bunny or some crap was behind it all. It was, and
That would have been
I
good.
was like, I thought that would have been pretty cool,
I would have
but
been down. Yeah, yeah. It would have been like a
You know,
Zootopia ending.
that is funny because it would be a cool idea if like the next one, instead of it being Red One 2, it's called Headless or The Horseman or
Right,
something, and it's like a Halloween movie,
right.
yeah.
and the Headless
Mhm.
Horseman gets out or something.
Orange one.
Orange one, right, or something. So it's like it doesn't have to be a Christmas movie every time. They can change it and do different holidays based around, you know, that would be kind of interesting.
I
Right, it would
like
Like
be
the
not,
idea of
fun.
the Easter Bunny being behind it because, like, Christmas gets all the glory of all the holidays. So you got the other holidays coming together
Right, exactly.
to take away the
The
glory.
Easter Bunny is just fed up with his
He's
shit.
fed up with the lack of respect that he gets.
Or the
He's
Thanksgiving
he's a
turkey is
rabbit that lays eggs, damn it.
the Thanksgiving turkey is pissed off because Christmas keeps encroaching on his space.
Right.
yeah,
That's it.
Uh,
Yeah, it's like 12:01 a.m. People are putting up Christmas lights. What the hell? Uh
I did.
I liked it. Go ahead, Gus. What were you gonna
No,
say?
no, I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry.
No, I was just gonna say I liked it a lot. I thought it was great. I thought it was a great a great story, holiday story. I probably will watch it again. I Krampus.
yeah.
Okay, Christopher. What's his name? Christopher Holyev.
I don't
I
know.
don't remember.
I can't
Whatever.
pronounce that name, bro.
Tormund. I just know him as Tormund. Tormund
Yeah.
Giantsbane from Game of Thrones
Yeah.
played Krampus. He was amazing. Krampuschlapp. The game of
Krampuschlapp.
the game of Krampuschlapp is a wonderful cultural addition to our country. I hope that there are people playing that across the country right now.
There
Krampus.
are, man. There's a professional league for it.
It's awesome.
That's what I feel like. I feel like that was actually maybe even thrown in there because like TKO Holdings owns the UFC and it owns WWE,
All
and
right.
The Rock is a board member of TKO. And I wonder if they have something to do with like that slap fight stuff.
Right,
And so
right.
it just kind of threw
I
that
thought Dana
in.
White was like heavily invested in slap fight.
Yeah, no, he's
Yeah.
yeah, but I didn't know if that's Dana White's side project or if that's part of TKO also.
Oh, okay.
Well, I
Yeah.
was just absolutely enthralled with the Krampus character. I thought
It did. I
he
I
was amazing.
I thought two things that I thought. One, Krampus is not represented in our culture enough. Like my mom's super into Christmas, right? So like I got these books when Santa was a shaman. I know all this. I got all this. Whatever. No, yeah, I got a book. I could go grab it. When Santa was a
I
shaman,
believe it. I believe it.
real deal, dude. I can tell you about the original Saint Nicholas, the whatever. He was super athletic. Actually, he was jacked. He's jacked.
Shaolin Santa.
Anyway, but I thought I would like a little more Krampus because children need to believe that some big demon thing's going to take them away when they're bad.
Right. It's not just coal in your stocking.
That's very important. Yeah.
It's demons taking you
and
to hell.
Krampus is an underrated goddamn movie from like 7 or 8 years ago. Nobody even remembers that.
The horror movie Krampus, yeah.
Dude,
So
it's pretty good.
I think that J.K. Simmons, by the way, in this movie, I really dug the fact that Santa was yoked. That he was talking about how many calories he was going to burn, like 450 million calories.
Yeah.
He's all, you got to carb up, you got to eat some pasta. Dude, I think that J.K. Simmons, the montage, the Santa montage in this movie, where J.K. Simmons is flipping around, going in the chimneys, doing the stuff. I was laughing the whole time. I really, that was the greatest holiday montage I think I've ever seen. I absolutely enjoyed it. I think that J.K. Simmons has stolen my heart as the best Santa in a movie. What are you guys' favorite Santas? Who's got a better Santa than J.K.
Bad
Simmons in Red One?
Santa.
Bad
Billy Bob
Santa.
Thornton,
Billy Bob, huh?
Billy Bob Thornton.
as soon as you asked that question, my mind immediately went to Tim Allen. And I'm not saying he's the best Santa, but that's just the first one that popped up in my head.
That's from
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he was the Santa Claus. I remember that. That was good. He did good.
Okay, so my favorite Santa Claus is the one that's most iconic to me is actually from the 1985 movie Santa Claus
Okay, I remember that one.
with
Yeah,
Dudley Moore and John Lithgow.
sure.
And he was played by David Huddleston, it seems. And to me, that's the one that I always grew up with. And for me, that was like he was like the quintessential Santa Claus.
Is he related to Tom Hiddleston?
I don't know.
Might be.
No,
No, because it's Huddleston and not Hiddleston.
Oh, okay. I want to take back my vote, and I want my favorite Santa to be the one that pushes Ralphie down the slide in
A Christmas Story.
Yeah.
He'll shoot your eye out, kid.
That's honestly the most realistic Santa Claus.
Yeah.
In the history of movies. Just some dude in a department store that's waiting for it to be 9 p.m. Yeah.
I mean, the Santa Claus from the remake, the newest version of Miracle on 34th Street, played by the great actor whose name I forget right now. He did a great job. I thought Miracle.
He's a great actor.
He is a great actor.
That guy.
Doesn't leave a lasting impression.
That one dude.
There's
I
another
can't
movie
remember.
too.
Super
Came out that
amazing.
year, directed by the dude that directed that other movie.
That one guy with that one leg. Hey, it was good though. Miracle on 34th Street, the remake with the little girl from Matilda. You know who I'm talking about. That was a pretty good holiday movie. I like that one. He was a good.
So you got to watch Rise of the Guardians, because if you like buff Santa with J.K. Simmons, granted Rise of the Guardians is animated, but you have Alec Baldwin's voice over just an absolutely yoked
Yeah.
Santa.
He's like the Zeus Santa.
Dude, he's yoked and he's all tatted up. He rolls up his sleeve and he's got naughty and nice tattooed on his forearm.
Oh, there you go. All right.
And he fights with giant swords.
Not bad.
But I definitely have to watch this movie now.
Dude, it's so rad, man. Rise of the Guardians is such an awesome, underrated movie.
All right. I promise I will actually watch it. Anybody else got any holiday movie thoughts before we sign off and go drink some eggnog?
Well, I was gonna say, like, now who do you guys think would win in a fight? The Santa from Red One or the Santa from The Night the Reindeer Died?
I mean,
I never saw The Night the Reindeer Died, so I don't know.
So it was in Scrooged. It was the Lee
Well,
Majors
from Scrooge.
from Scrooged.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, shit.
remember that?
Uh,
Lee Majors had a minigun. Just saying.
I'm thinking Lee Majors fan. I do.
This Santa's going out the front.
Yeah, I think that sounds right.
Scrooge is my favorite Christmas movie.
Yeah, Scrooge is
It's my favorite.
Scrooge, yeah.
I'm gonna watch it sometime soon.
overall. I think Scrooge is probably my favorite Christmas movie. Although, I got a special place in my heart for the Muppet Christmas Carol. Just
Proper.
saying.
Well, you got
Just
Mike O'Kane playing it as serious as a
Yeah,
heart.
dude, I'm telling you, that was a touching movie. There was a new Christmas Carol that came out either last year or the year before that had Guy Pearce in it. Did you guys see that one? It's a little bit more serious take on a Christmas Carol. Because there was one that had like Patrick Stewart. There was one with George C. Scott, right? There's been like a number of remakes of it.
Yeah, did you see Spirited with Will Ferrell and Ryan Reynolds?
No.
Yeah, you should check that one out.
Is it funny
Is
or
it a Christmas movie?
Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, I think it's a if I remember correctly, it's a take on the Christmas Carol.
Oh,
I've been really
So-
wanting to rewatch It's a Wonderful Life.
it's a good movie. I mean,
Yeah.
it's it's probably not as deep today as it was when it came out, but
Yeah, there was like I'm talking about it at church. Not me, but like I want to watch it again. It's like just curious. Like
Oh.
just kind of like I don't know.
it's no Scrooged. That's all I'm saying.
No, well, no, dude. It's just like I don't know how you'd wrap Scrooge
New
into
movies are.
New movies
I don't know
Uh,
how you'd wrap-
I'm watching
Oh.
Jingle All the Way tomorrow. I know that.
I know you are. I know you
Yeah,
are.
dude, Jingle All the Way is good. It's funny.
And then probably gonna watch either on Christmas. We'll probably watch either Christmas Vacation or Home Alone or both.
What about Die Hard?
No.
Who's watching Die Hard? Come on, because it is a
Like,
Christmas movie. Like,
it's-
there's
I'll
an
be,
argument.
I'll be working on Christmas, so I will not be watching Die Hard.
You have
Yeah,
to work
we're-
on Christmas? Lame.
I'm
that
working on
sucks.
Christmas. I'm working on Christmas Eve. I'm working probably on well, no, I'll be out of town for New Year's. Otherwise, I would have been working on New Year's.
Brutal. Die Hard's a Christmas movie. I just
Die
want to
Hard.
I only get holidays off if they fall in a wrestling tournament.
All right. Any other holiday questions before we sign off? What do you say, guys?
What do you stuff your stocking with?
Hey, well, that's none of your business, pal.
To the left. No.
All right, that's gonna do it for us. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next
Merry
time when it's not
Christmas.
Christmas. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry
Merry
Christmas.
Christmas.